Let's hope the lighting comes out good this morning. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Just like I thought. I thought the lighting wasn't going to be bright this morning, and it's not. Because I just moved around the cameras, but that's okay. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long-distance truck drivers. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to Eat Good TV. I'm still on Eat Good TV. If you're not over at Eat Good TV, go check out Eat Good TV. I ran a little ad yesterday for another chef that I found. This guy is a personal chef. He is a certified chef, and he is also a member of the USA Personal Chefs Association, certified. And his food is banging as well. And guess what? He's a Jamaican. His channel name is Keegan's Kitchen. So if you see the little commercial going around about Keegan's Kitchen, jump over there as well and give Keegan some support, all right? I mean, he does stuff way different too. Just like how Miss Margaret over at Eat Good TV does different stuff with the food, so does Keegan. His stuff looks more like gourmet, professional, restaurant type, kind of high-end thing. But go check out the thing. Anyhow, big up to those tuning in this morning. Thank you for being here. And we are going to get into a broad topic of a conversation this morning. When I don't know the thing already, you already saw the icon for this video. So that should give you a pretty good idea where this conversation is going, right? First of all, let me big up some people, but tell you what's on the board first. So the female cop that is involved in the Donna Lee Donaldson missing case, she has decided that she might take some legal action. So she and her attorney, they are ponying up and getting ready to silence some people. Right? So we're going to talk about that. And also we're going to talk about two men that were found yesterday in an abandoned building. The icon for this video this morning is actually a picture of the building and a picture of one of the men. And I took those directly from one of the Jamaica publishing houses, news media, front page, something, and fashioned it my own way and brought it to you. Just to give you an idea what the men look like that were found in the building. We're going to talk about the condition in which they were found. We're going to talk even broader, because we're going to talk now about, is there still a hostile environment in Jamaica when it comes to certain kind of people? And then we're going to also talk about what this means on a level like amnesty, immigration, asylum, all that. All right? So that's where we're heading with it this morning. So let me scroll back to the top, big up some people in here this morning, and then we get on with the show. All right, shout out to Asarin Odetta for being the first one here this morning. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. Notification gang. Seymour Bennett's in the building this morning. Dorleen Walter Riley is in the building this morning. Guava 876 is here. June O'Brien is in the building this morning. Stash, there. Vicky Victory is in the building this morning. Vanessa is here. Audrey Wright's here. King Biggs, big up yourself. Morning, fam. Nikita Jones is here this morning. Denzel Gale is in the building this morning. Soli 819, there. Maxine Goodas Goal is in the building this morning. Maine Toby is here. Thank you for being here. Marcia Walters is here. Says good morning, SouFlo and everybody. Good morning to you too, Miss Maxine or Marcia Walters, not Maxine. Marcia Walters. Brummel Wright's in the building this morning. Happy Tuesday to you and your beautiful family. Good morning, members. Brummel, I know you're still probably not back in the chat room yet. I'm working on it. If you see a space though, jump in, right? Ain't too many people leaving. That's the thing. So I haven't forgotten about you though. Royal, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Key Tenants in the building this morning. Sina there. Star K is here this morning. Lessa Stevens is here this morning. Candice on the beat. Jane Ander. Wayne Nathan. Stewart, Dorothy T. Virtuous Fire is in the building this morning. Big up yourself, Virtuous Fire. You know what I think? I'm thinking for health and strength and daily food, we praise the name of Lord, amen. Yeah, but I'm also thinking, thank God, some may have eyesight and, and them something there. Because I'm reading some fine print from way over here, right? And we can actually see them and see them clearly. So I thank God for my sight. Remember the other day when I get licked out by accident, I'm playing with my daughter in a room that was barely lit. You know, you lay down and me I try to get her to go sleep and thing. And she jumping and running around and her finger went right into my eyeball and raked it out like that. You remember that? And I literally could have lost my eye upon something simple like that. Not in a big freak accident, not in no bar fight, not in no something lick me in my eye upon the job. An innocent baby girl playing with my child, doing what a daddy is supposed to do. I almost lost my eye and I couldn't see my eye. Everything was blurry on that side for the longest. People were SouFlo. You look bad, man. Can't go to the doctor. I know some people spooked the daylights out of me. Yo, me know a brethren, you know. Him eye, him get licking at him eye and him eye stay just like that and him never go to the doctor. And next thing me know, the thing puss up and him lose him eyeball, dog. So please go to the doctor. And y'all had me freaked out. But thank God. See me there? Good to go today. And can I tell you something? I'm paranoid as hell around her now because she's very active and her hand them go everywhere like this. Or you'll hold her and she'll just buck back so buck you in your mouth or buck you by your nose or something. So you know, that was a learning for me. I had to learn how to handle her because she's definitely different, full of energy on these things. Anyhow, thank God I have sight. Let me continue to use my site. Virtuous Fire, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Virtuous Fire says, morning thoughts, up, up, up. Morning, everyone. Rosemary King is in the building this morning. Nikita Jones there. O St. John is here. Marilyn Grant's in the building. Stacey Ann Williams there. Sean Cassell is here. Kaz Robinson is here. Debbie Jervis is in the building this morning. SDs is here. Dorothy T. Sean Cassell again. All right. When the name them start double up, I'm not bother say the name them again. Rosalind Smichael, big up yourself. Kirk Gordon is here. Thank you for being here. If I didn't call your name, Lil Gucci Red 2 or Little Red Gucci 2, sorry, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you greatly. And Main One is in the building this morning. Listen, my other channel on YouTube is called Hot Topics TV. If you don't know about Hot Topics TV, then it's probably not your cup of tea, but if it is, you can go check it out. I just put how it's spelled right there because I spell it different, so you might not be able to find it if you just go look at Hot Topics TV. But y'all could go over there, check it out. I don't have the link right now, even though I could go get I should go get the link, and I will eventually. Let's get into our topics over here. But for those of you who follow me on Hot Topics TV, you know I don't do any Jamaican stuff or Caribbean stuff over there. I don't even sound the same. Some people are like, is this SouFlo? Why is he talking like that? If you're one of them people, that please don't come over there. Don't come over there, okay? I was born in Jamaica. I was raised in the US. I've been here a long, 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 long time. So now because I chat to you like this, don't feel so this is the only way when we can talk, or this is the only way I can communicate, or that I'm only into Jamaican things, all right? I'm a multi-dimensional person, and I bring that to all platforms that I have. So on Hot Topics TV, it's nothing like what goes on over here. We get into some other things over there. If you want to follow us along, then you can do so. I'm actually just starting to do videos where I sit down and talk on Hot Topics TV. I was trying to vibe the channel and see where it's going. So I was doing more like behind the scenes, you know, talk from behind the thing, and you just hear the voice, but you get the story. Now I'm going to be more out because I find out that that's working more. People want to see me in front of the camera, reasoning with them instead of just hearing a voice and seeing pictures sliding by. So we're going to work on more of that. I just filmed a video this morning, which made me late for this video this morning on 2 platforms, doing 2 different, but you know, I enjoy this. So I saw it go. All right. Listen, do we start off with the 2 man them with them finding at the building first, or do we start off with the female cop first? It's up to you. You have 60 seconds. Be your authentic self, SouFlo, Lulu Ridges. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't be anybody else. It's too much work. Female cop, men, female cop. You got 60 seconds. Luxemburgers. Nitty bitty crafters, shout out. Female cop, female cop, female cop. Okay, overwhelmingly, it's the female cop first. All right. You don't know, so the two man finding at the building thing I go take up a whole heap of different kind of conversation. And listen, before we even go, let me issue a warning. On the two men found in the building, please, y'all know how social media is already, right? Y'all know that we're watched, right? You're watched, you're monitored, you're analyzed, all that. They have a team of people that actually does this. So, and Jamaican people, they're on the team too. So they're able to translate the patois when we put it in a patois. Them boy left for dead. Gunshot in a bat boy head and all these things. Don't do it. Don't do it over here. All right? Because that ain't the type of stuff that we're trying to run. We're going to have a decent conversation about that whole thing. Let's start out with the female cop though. So the female cop that is involved. So in this whole Donna Lee Donaldson gone missing thing, you know, she and Donna Lee apparently was sharing the same man. The same man so happens to be a police officer, just like she is a police officer, and she has a baby by him. But Donna Lee was also his woman. I don't know how them did I work that out. Did they know about each other? Were they like fighting over Noel and him did like it? And yeah, me have two bad girl fight over me, you know. And I don't know, that boosts some men ego. Wherever she fits in, we know that she has a baby by Noel that's about 8-9 months old now. And Donna Lee has been with him for over 2 years. But it is said that she, the female cop, has been with him for over 4 years. Me never did it. I don't know. I'm just regurgitating what has been told to us all, just to give you an understanding of where she sits, stands, and how she play a part in this. When Donna Lee went missing, when Donna Lee Donaldson went missing, her name got called in it. There's a lot of people on social media, and you see, that's why I never repeated that as in. There are a lot of people on social media that were saying, she killed the girl, SouFlo. She killed the girl. Trust me, she killed the girl, and him a cover up for her. Remember, I kept saying, right? Especially after they said they didn't have any reason or any evidence that connected her to Donna Lee Donaldson's disappearance, after going to Noel Maitland's apartment 3 times, 4 times, whatever. And I said, well, maybe they're into the tape. If the tape shows everybody that's coming and going, and that was known to be her, Donna Lee's last place that she went, but it didn't show the female cop either coming or going, which means she never went there, that probably give them reason to say, well, something took place here, because we see her, Donna Lee, go in. We don't see her come out. We see the coach come out. However, the female cop, we didn't see her go in or out, right? So I was along the lines of, whatever is going on there, I don't think it's her kind of thing. And if she is, then that pass on different. Okay, anyways, the female district constable who, along with her lover, is being probed in the disappearance of social media influencer Donna Lee Donaldson may take legal action against persons who have said to be putting out false information against her to the public. Now, these people that are putting out false information to her against the public, who do you think they are? Who do you think she's addressing? Who do you think her and her attorney are addressing? One time gone, you know, vloggers, bloggers, as them call, we are all these things. Nobody really listened to what you had to say. So you could basically splash out your opinion on everything. You could go hypothetical. You could go, reasoning all different kinds of way. You could get technical with your stuff. You could say the street said. You could, and that's why I'm very careful, and I always say like the street said, or the gleaner said, or if anybody says SouFlo, that's not what it says. I say, yep, it is right here. See that? That's all kind of thing. You have to try to back up yourself all the time, because now everybody is like, America is sue. But is this a ploy to silence people? People are afraid. And then, of course, naturally yours, thank you, there was the Cardi B incident with Tasha K. And I told you that that was going to set the precedence. Cardi B won a case against Tasha K, Tasha K is like one of the biggest in Black people's, I would say, not the biggest on YouTube, because certainly there are white people with like 40 something million. But Tasha K is doing her thing, has a huge platform, and she was basically slandering Cardi B. Cardi B asked her to stop, sent a cease and desist. She did not cease nor desist, and she ended up having to pay millions of dollars in restitution, right? Ordered by a judge in a court of law. Now, once that's ordered by a judge in a court of law, I know how they do in the US. If you ignore what the judge said, it doesn't just disappear and go away. They start looking for your earnings. Where are you getting money from? They dip it into your bank account. They start draining your resources, right? And if you can't find it, they will even start to liquidate your assets. Oh, nice car. It must be worth about 40,000. Let's sell that for 20 and turn over the 20 judgment to then try to get to the rest of the money. So you could get yourself in big trouble. Poor me. Me not have nothing to lose. So you know, nobody come after the little bit of something what me have. You know, if they want one 1997 truck what me have around that stuff, or they want something like that, that's all them I gonna get. Cause me not keep material thing like that. But anyways, you can get yourself in serious trouble. Understand what I'm saying? They'll dig into your personals. Now, her attorney name is Oswest Senior Smith, who represents the district constable, told Loop News, shout out to Loop, that Senior Smith noted that many false and erroneous reports are being propagated online by social media influencers regarding his client, and they're about to do something about it. We're going to talk about what they are. He hinted that his client may not be taken, he hinted that his client may soon be taking legal action against these offending parties. So they're coming after social media influencers who have been saying stuff about her. We will be pursuing remedies from the various social media platforms at the appropriate times. Donaldson was reported missing, as you all know, July 31st after she was picked up by Noel Maitland from her home, and she was taken into the unknown and never to be seen again. She spent the night at his corporate area apartment, like he said, and he claimed that she left at a certain time, and that is where the discrepancy comes in. She was reported missing on the 12th of July. We are now in August. Today is the 2nd of August. So almost a month that she's been gone. Both the district constable and the male cop are to be questioned by Indicom on August the 3rd. Noel Maitland was questioned. August the 3rd is tomorrow, my friend. Both of them will be questioned tomorrow. Noel Maitland was questioned by local investigating police officers Sunday gone, and nothing came out of his questioning. He's still tight-lipped. I have nothing to give you. I'm telling you what I told you before. I'm sticking to my story. She was here. She left around that time. She walked out the door. We had an argument. I never saw her again. That's it. And he's sticking to his argument. And people are saying, you know, this is what social media influencers are saying, because I'm seeing it. They're saying stuff like the wife, the baby mother killed her. The baby mother didn't like her. The baby mother didn't want Noel to herself. The baby mother confronted her before and pulled gun on her, and the baby mother and her friend. You know, we regurgitate these things, but it's important to say that this is what others are saying and not say it like you have proof that this is true and this is what it is, right? So me never did it. Like I always say, me never did it, so it's all allegedly. However, these are the things that are going around, and I guess she wants these things to be silenced. And she wants the people who are saying these things to be punished in some way. The first order would be to issue a cease and desist. Don't speak about me anymore. Don't say about me. Don't call my name in any of your conversations anymore. It will be deemed derogatory, blah, blah, blah. What a world we live in now. People can talk about you and you sue them. Pardon me, I got some mint tea in my cup this morning just to wake me up, you know. So they have to prove that she has something to do with it. Naturally yours. Yes. See, and okay, let me explain to you again. If you say, hypothetically speaking, or you're like, let's put a scenario out there. I wonder if. Nobody can sue you for wondering. I can wonder, and then my creativity can go wild. You can't sue me for that, right? But if you come here and you say stuff like, trust me, is the baby mother killer? Me no, because somebody close to them tell me say blah blah blah. Now you're in deep waters, right? Now you're over there in the murky waters, because they can pull you up and be like, who told you that? Why are you spreading this and trying to make it sound as if that's how stuff went, right? There's a difference between, let's hypothetically, let's put a little, like we argue it this way. Let's put something out there. Suppose, say, if you're talking like that, which is that's the reason why some people come on my platform, you know, and they're like, Lord, you take too long to get to the point. I know what I'm doing. You take too long to get to the point. I'm not taking too long to get to no point. I'm being careful. I'm being careful and marching the way that I know how to march, because this stuff could come back to bite you in the ass, right? Especially when you're up here talking like, say, you have proof and I saw this something go. We don't know. We're all on the outside looking in. But, you know, in a world where views and likes and shares matter, people go in, and those are the videos that actually do get the views and likes and shares. 100 and something thousand views in no time, because the headline says something like, Maitland made a full confession. I saw one yesterday. I didn't even watch the video. I was just looking for some of my own videos so I can see where I'm at with the story, what was last given. Then I go online and look up what's the new information to the story, and I see it trending like under my video or in my role on my sideline. And I'm like, the headlines, I said, I said to myself, damn, maybe I missed it. So I'm give full confession and tell which part should they. And then I looked at the day it was posted, and it said it was posted 5 days ago. So I'm like, this is not real, because if it was posted 5 days ago and he gave a full confession of what happened to her and where her body is located, then me would have definitely know about that already. It would have been splashed all over. But you see, 5 days ago when the person did that is when everybody was looking for something like that to happen. So in the frenzy of things, everybody went there to view it. And now 5 days later, by the time you realize that that was fake news, that video already has 100 and something thousand views, and however many commercials were run on it, and however many revenue they got from it, and however many whatever. So false news sells. And some people are not concerned about credibility, and some people are not concerned about their platform being around for a while. I've seen platforms last like a year or two giving straight false news. There was one platform that was a Jamaican platform that was on YouTube, and every video this channel dropped was 100 and something thousand views. Every video. And they lasted for like a year, and then they disappeared. I don't see them anymore. But it took that long for people to realize that everything that came from that channel, they would literally take the news and then just spin it. Like, he just gave a full confession. Here is what he said. Her body is buried over by so-and-so underneath the old oak building and this and that. And people are like, yo. Then they'll come to my channel and say, SouFlo, you're late, man. You're late. The story bust already. Them find her already. I'm like, no, they didn't find her yet. I'm telling you, them find her already. Go check out so-and-so. Let me go check out so-and-so. And I did. And that's how I discovered the channel. And I was like, going through the content, listening to it, what the this is flying, and they're buying it. Okay, hey man, you know, it's like a gangster say him out turn pastor, and he plays the full role. I can't blame him for getting his money. There's a congregation full of 400 people that show up every Sunday to give him 100 US and 50 US in the offering plate, and he's living high off the hog. I blame the people for not seeing through, because the gangster been in the neighborhood all along. Everybody know him true who he is, and suddenly him said, Jesus! Everybody run gone with them pocketbook open. I don't blame him. Like the pastor that got robbed in New York while live on ceremony. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows that that's that man there. You could see it from a mile away, right? But people go there and give him his money. So hey, when he's talking about, I got on $90,000 worth of jewelry on my right hand alone, there's $100 and something thousand on my body right now, and this and that. Okay, and you in the middle of Brooklyn, in our shotty looking place like that where y'all call on church. So you're not try like expand your church or nothing. You just come in as a come dig out the people in pocket and put up 2 nice chairs and that's it. But credibility counts. Credibility counts, you know. And I understand she might feel away, but she can't separate herself from this either. So on one hand, this could be seen as an attempt to silence people, right? He's a charlatan. See, yes, he is. Oh, St. John. On one hand, her attempt, the police woman's attempt, where she said she's going to be going after social media influencers, are going after people, vloggers, basically, who are putting out false information about her. She might have a point. She might be trying to protect her reputation and ultimately protect her life and the life of her child. Because somebody might go, where with this, yo, that girl there, she responsible for Donna Lee. Pow, you know, I mean, you never know. But is she involved? We don't know. Have they had altercations in the past? How did she even come into all this? Right? So, I mean, she can't separate herself from this. She cannot. She cannot separate herself from this. So people out there just have to be careful what it is they're saying about her, and don't make it seem like you have the inside scoop and you know facts. Tell your audience, I'm telling others, tell your audience that what you're saying right now is just you weighing the pros and the cons, and your however way you have to be smart about this. Okay, maybe I shouldn't even be giving y'all any tips. Just make you go and hang yourself, because not for y'all ain't even grateful anyways. But I know how I do what I do. So anybody come back to me, it's hey, review the conversation I had involving your name. See in what context I used your name or said what I said about you, and then we'll clearly see that it was, my audience knows that he never said it was factual. He never said this is what was printed and the police said and this is in a police report. He clearly said that imagine if, or let's suppose say, or you know. Good luck to them with that though. I still see that, even that, as yeah, trying to protect yourself, but yeah, also trying to silence a certain talk. You notice they're still taking long with Noah Maitland stuff. Tomorrow is their questioning at Indicom. Watch and see. We'll follow this close, because I guarantee you, I don't think nothing is coming out of Indicom either. And I said this before, I'm going to say it again, and I say it based on facts. The fact that Chucky Brown went to Indicom, gave Indicom all kinds of high-powered names, told Indicom intricate details of stories that went down that they were able to investigate and prove that these things did happen, and Chucky Brown was the only one that got buried. I don't hear nothing about Chucky Brown yet since that. They buried that man so far under the jail, I don't even think he exists anymore. But think them kill him and bury him already. If he's still alive, I don't know. Nobody else that he mentioned got prosecuted. All we heard from them time that till now was that investigations are ongoing on the persons whose names were called in the whole Chucky Brown report. That's it. And that was years ago. And their investigation is still ongoing. He went to the one entity that he thought, damn, my own police department trying to fry me. No, I'm not going down for this, not by myself. The whole of it in this. So listen, if y'all can't back me up in this brotherhood like we supposed to do for each other, I'm not try, oh, somebody has to be fried and you're going to fry me. Not a rascal. Come, the whole way I go. So in the come, cock up my foot. Let me tell you everything will happen from for. Yeah, man, I'm the boy so and so. And me kill him. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I'm gonna kill him. So you know, so my confession matches the crime scene and the ballistics and all that. Okay, this is how I did it. Chucky Brown read them everything, gave them everything. Some rotted high power name get called in and that. You see, nothing happened to nobody else except for him. So things like this is what I use to look at Indicom, and I'm like, because you know, if you go check my older videos, I used to be like, oh, Indicom, there has to be checks and balances, because people used to be like, SouFlo, who is policing the police? I said, policing the police. Yes, Jamaica's police is out of control, man. Who's gonna, like, who's the oversight, body oversight that's watching to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do and they're not like violating the people's rights and stuff. And then I heard of Indicom, and I was like, oh, they do exist, and they do get oh, wow. Well, hold up, wait a minute now. How come them now go? And then stuff kept happening, and I'm like, and then the Chucky Brown one was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me. For that one, it was like, yeah, right. This is same coin, just a different side of the coin. Kind of like the same way how we view JLP, PMP. It's like it's the same thing. You know, if you vote out one and vote in the other, we get the same thing, just in a different style. It's chicken same way, one curry and one brown stew, but a chicken and yam same way, right? Oh, you're tired of the curry and the brown stew? All right, then we're going to give it to you like bake or jerk, which way you want it, you know? That they keep flipping up the same, but it's the same thing. Same thing. So I'm looking at them like tomorrow at this questioning, where they will question him and her. Let's see what they can get, because the Jamaican police can't get nothing out of him. They came back with zero, zilch, nothing. Nothing. I'm sticking to my story. I told y'all, she came, we argued, she left. She left at a certain time. That's it. Haven't seen her since. I'm anxious to know a couple of things. Walk with me. Me not call up no people name and make no false accusations. I'm anxious to know a couple of things. One, I'm anxious to know where her phone is at. Where is her phone? Because females nowadays don't left them phone. See them now? Especially her age group and them generation now. See them now? Their phone go everywhere they go. So where's her phone? And I'm sure she didn't run out the house and run into his car that night when he said he was coming to pick her up and leave our phone sitting right there in her mother's house. Where's her phone? Where's that couch? Where did the couch go? I want to know the ultimate destination of that couch. Where did the couch go? Who had the couch? What was done to the couch after the couch was dropped off? Them thing them want to know. Those two are bugging me. And I just want to know that. That's it. Anything else in the come ask him and he give up and she give up his bonus. She's claiming she knows nothing and she's sticking to her story. I know nothing. I'm not involved in nothing and I know nothing, and she's sticking to her story. And if we can't find no evidence that says she's involved in anything, if she's not seen on the tape leaving and coming back during the process time in which Donna Lee would be at that apartment, then we can't really say nothing about her. But if she's on that tape and they're not revealing to us what exactly was found on the tape so far. Last time they spoke to us about the tape was 2 days ago. And 2 days ago, they said, we're still going through the 20 plus hours of tape. We're still going through the 20 plus hours of tape. That's it. They didn't say, well, we watched the tape and we did see her go into his apartment, but we're still watching. We have more footage to go to see if she actually exited. Or we saw her exiting. Remember them two witnesses there? They pulled up two witnesses. That was his attorney that did that. Two witnesses came out to say they saw her leaving. But the two witnesses' time frame that they said they saw her leaving in does not match the time that he said she left. So that could create a confusion in the court. Whereas they could say, yeah, because if you say 11 and I say 12, then yeah, 11, 12, around them time there. So she did leave, and somebody did see her leave. Maybe, when your loved one is leaving, you don't normally look at the time and say, let me see what time you're leaving. I'll take a mental note of this. You're leaving at 11 a.m. Go. All right. You don't normally do that. You just know that things did happen, and it have to have been around 11 because I had to do this at this time and that time. That's reality, really speaking. So I don't know what I'm going to try though, but them two witnesses there will have to match whatever information is on that tape, right? You can't see her leave on the tape. Don't see her leave. And what funny story it would turn into if she disappears from the tape altogether. Oh, the tape, it had a glitch right here. And it wiped out this part and that part conveniently. So we have to wait to see what's going to happen with all that. The tape, the couch, and our phone. Them three something there, pay attention to those. The tape, the couch, and her phone. The tape, the couch, and her phone. The tape must have seen everybody, just like it pick up the truck driver. It should have picked up everybody else right round there. So her phone would have given them her location or given them her route of travel within a given time period. And that couch speaks for itself. Speaks for itself. If me do something to you in my apartment, I don't want to be seen carrying you over my shoulder leaving. I don't want to be seen dragging you in something where wrap up will look like could be a body. I didn't have time to dismember you and make it look like clothes in a suitcase or nothing. I don't want to be seen that way. So what better way than to, hey, we're moving some furnitures. Is a couch. So we have to pay attention to all that. And tomorrow we will see what Indicom is able to pull out, right? But me not believe them come with nothing though. SouFlo, they have the time frame of her arrival and her allegedly leaving in that 20 hours. Kaz Robinson, we don't know. We don't know. They're not giving us all that they've found on that tape. Like I just said, 2 days ago was the last time they updated us about the tape. And their update was, we're still going through the 20 plus hours footage of tape, quote unquote. So that's where they're at with that. Somebody said, I watch enough Lifetime TV and Forensic Files TV. Just my opinion, the baby mother is involved in her demise. Yeah. Here's the thing. Opinion don't really fly. We're entitled to have our opinions. We are entitled to have our opinions. People can't sue you for your opinion. People can sue people who have a platform who try to put over false news or their opinion as if that opinion is factual. Your opinion is just your opinion. Your opinion sometimes could be based on facts, but your opinion is just your opinion, Aren't there any other cameras in the vicinity that picked up her movements? We don't know. We know that facility has a camera and the camera was working and the camera picked up, who would be there. Obviously, they found the truck driver quickly, and they found him quickly because you heard it on that tape when Noel was talking to him, where him say, yo, me I try to figure out how them come on my place and thing. And him say, yeah, man, because you did come around at my place. Up on the camera. Then pick up the truck on the camera and then they located you. So they probably saw the license plate, just took it back to their version of DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, whatever, and they ran the tag and said, okay, this belongs to so-and-so who live over so-and-so. Go over so-and-so and see if the truck over there. Boom, there's the truck. Hey, we need this truck. It needs to come with us. Come with us for what? What go on? Well, there was cameras there that picked your truck up picking up the couch. See? So if it pick up the couch going into the truck, if it pick up the truck coming to the place, it must have picked up who was coming and going as well. That make sense? Unless there is another route that you can leave and enter without a camera picking you up. I highly doubt it, but if they could establish that, poof. Because him can say, yeah, she never go out that way there. She went out this way. Me even did I tell her, I said, don't go out that way there, because me not too go that way there still, me go out the front way. But she did vex. We did argue and she left the way here. And then they're like, well, there's no cameras around here. You see? So a court of law is a whole different ball game than our opinions. If a team of investigators from the U.S. handled this case, we all would be shocked of all their findings. Jamaica law enforcement too corrupt. Other people would be involved. Because this is a team effort. This is a team effort. Come on, man. We all see this. And let's not start to get spooked and get scared and go silent because people are threatened for sue. This is a team effort, cover-up team effort. I'm sorry, but it is. Not sorry. It is. And it don't take this long to go through. I don't know the extent of their resources, but how long does it take you to go through 20-something hours of tape? Them said 20-something hours. So let me get weird. How long does it take you to go through 29.9 hours of tape? In a investigation where time is of the essence, anything could be happening. This person needs to be located like immediately. And if you're treating it like that, why sit on the 20-something hours of tape and take so long to go through it? It don't take that long. If I watch a movie, I watch the 3-hour movie like this. If the movie good, I move. I can't tell you everything that happened in the movie, and I could even watch the movie again tomorrow and do it back again like this, since we might have missed something. So why is it taking them so long just to go through the tape? I can understand that they're not being too forthcoming with the public, because that's just law enforcement, period. Law enforcement is never going to come and tell the public everything. Yeah, we found this led us to that. Right now, we're looking at this because we found that led us to this. They're never going to do that. And to some extent, that's what we are expecting as the public. But I know that that's not going to happen. However, things just look like it's stalled. Things just look like it's stalled. Soldier 819 says, this is why the old commissioner of police left. That guy from the UK, he said it was too corrupted. Actually, that was Mark. And no joke, I actually have a video that I'm going to post. I just did the voicing for that video. And Mark Shields actually said a mouthful and a half. But wait till you hear the video. So yes, there is like deep corruption within the force itself, outside of even this case, right? That's all. Yeah, Mark Shields is Mark Shields. I told you, somebody contacted me and say, Mark Shields probably, possibly could have an interview for you. And I was so full of myself at the time. I was like, Mark Shields, what would he want to interview me for? It didn't even dawn on me that it was that Mark Shields and I could possibly do an interview with him. I'm thinking of myself like somebody want to interview me. I'm like, what? Then I find out later that it was the other way around. I was like, damn, I would really love to do an interview with him. I tried to get back to him and I couldn't, right? Through WhatsApp and whatever. I sent messages like, hey, I would really love to do an interview with you, blah, 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 but we never get no reply back after that. See, almost a month now, Donna Lee missing. People threatening to sue now. Stop calling them name. Stop make up funny stories about them. I'm not making up no stories about nobody, so I know they're not talking about me. I keep myself clear of it. When I'm making stuff up, my audience knows when I'm making stuff up. When we're speaking hypothetically, when we're speaking just imagining scenarios or going through all the possibilities that we think could happen, then they know that that's not pinning anything on anybody. That's just, reasoning in a certain manner. So that's what it is. But good luck to them with that suing people stuff. And, everybody who says something bad about you, you bring out a lawsuit against them and all that. That kind of seemed my way to me too. But hey, if you feel like that's what's needed to protect you, then who am I to speak, right? She has herself to protect, and everybody I try to protect themselves, guilty or innocent. And she has a child also, which the backlash from all this could come back on that child. One thing I'm sensitive about is other people picnic, especially small children, right? I don't play about mine, and I definitely don't play about other people's. That is off limits to me. So if she have a reason to be wanting to protect and protect, then hey, just remember though, this is public information. She refused to give any kind of a statement at all. She don't want to chat to them, period. No matter what they were going to ask her, she has no answer for them. For you to, from the beginning, make up your mind like, I absolutely will not talk to you, I have nothing to say. How you know what the people are going to ask you? Because you're a police officer and you know that they might ask you something that you might answer to that might incriminate the father of your child or might even incriminate yourself. Some people will say, hey, if you never have nothing to hide, you shouldn't have a problem talking. Plus, you're a police. On one hand, morally speaking, that's cool. And I understand that. On the other hand, though, a good attorney would tell their client, don't say nothing. I would tell my client, don't say a word. Not without me being there. Not say a thing. You have the right to not speak, to not give a statement. Don't say nothing. Because anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So if you didn't say nothing, there's nothing they can use against you. If you did say something, they can take it and twist it any which way they want to twist it. And now you're in a problems, even when you might not necessarily need to be, So, hey, that's the update, Panshi. And yes, still no information about Donna Lee, where she's at, nothing, all that. And we're going to leave that one right there. It's been almost a month. But we know what we know from morning. Donna Lee is not sitting somewhere waiting to be found. Yeah? Like somebody said earlier, if she did not sit somewhere waiting to be found, she would have dead from hunger and thirst already because she at least need water. So unless somebody have her captured somewhere, this not look good. More concerned now about her mom and her mom's physical health and, what she must be going through, losing her daughter or her daughter going missing and her not having any information about her whereabouts. That would bother any parent. She don't trust Jamaican people then deal with the consequences for not talking. I want to go on so. Patsy Barron says, the thing is, the policeman is large and feel like him untouchable, and that's why I'm step forward and take the blame. Kind of like the Kajil Mays situation. Kajil Mays was a youth, Kingston College student, riding in a taxi, and a BMW X6, brand new, nice big vehicle. You have money if you have drive one of them. They are Jamaica, and the taxi was raining and the road was slippery, and the taxi man holding brakes and licked the back of the beamer. And the occupant who was driving the X6 stepped out of the X6, pulled out a weapon and fired into the taxi. And that bullet killed Kajil Mays. The person got back in the X6 and drove off. All powerful, almighty. The person who showed up in court involving that X6 was the man who owns the X6, but the man who owns the X6 wasn't on the island at the time that shooting took place. So there is no way that when they brought a murder case against him, that the murder case was going to stand. And they still brought the murder case against him. This is why I said DPP Paula Llewellyn, I look at her like this.
Because Paula Llewellyn is no dummy. She knew that that murder case was not going to stand. But that's a way how you get your brethren off. Or you get a top man, big man, boss man off. That's for the case. And that's dash for the case. When you want to get somebody off, just foul up the case and dash it away, and then go court and say, we have nothing further, Your Honor. And that's what she did. So many questions she could have asked. You know? It's your X6. X6 aren't abundantly in Jamaica everywhere, like every man own one, like hand cart and bicycle. Yeah? So if you have an X6, it's not a car where you let anybody just drive. So who was driving your X6? Because you were off the island, obviously. So when they accused him and said, you were driving it in court, he said, no, I wasn't. I wasn't even here. Liar tell. No, here's my travel records. It says right here that I just came into the island yesterday, right here. Yes. And blah, blah, blah. Okay, he wasn't on the island. See the ticket and everything, flight itinerary and everything. It wasn't him. End of case. How? Explain who was driving your car. Explain how your car get to which part they found it. Them find it run and brethren workshop, body shop. So they were in there working on getting the dent out and painting the vehicle over back to original color and all that. In a car accident, there's something that's called vehicular DNA. Meaning, if a red car lick a white car, the red car and white car is going to exchange DNA. They can actually run that DNA and see that that's the exact DNA of that red car, the same chipping, the same paint, same everything that hit that white car and vice versa, right? So whoever did the shooting took the car straight to somebody who owned a shop. Them lock it up in there. They found it. So you're not going to explain who, and the person who owned that shop, they're not going to explain why they're in possession of this vehicle. The vehicle is just going to be returned to you. It was never reported stolen in the first place. Then them asked him for turn over his gun. Him said, which one? He had multiple guns. Oh shit, he got multiple guns. Who gave multiple guns? Which gun he have? One of them gun was registered to somebody else and not to him, but him and somebody have the same. They're like one bag of mix-up started coming out of all that. Eventually, y'all saw what happened in that case. Them basically foul up the case and then dash it away because they didn't want to convict that man. They couldn't convict him of murder because it wasn't him that did it. But he was the big man, so him step in. Because him know say it wasn't going to go nowhere. My chest big and broad, man, and my money long. You go on over there, so go sit down. Let me take care of this. And that's what happened. So, like you just said, the policeman, big and broad and mighty and feel like, yeah, I'm strong and him can take this. So, he's stepping to take it. I'm not saying she had anything to do with. I'm waiting to hear what else comes out. What other evidence come out? Anyhow, them say she was seen on the tape entering and leaving at the time when Donna Lee was in there. Then she can't stop me from talking about her after that. And no matter what she brings, Sue or Jane or Cinda, she can't stop me from talking about that. But I don't have no such information about her. So I'm going to be one of them that's not saying too much about her in particular until more comes out. Not true? No justice for the poor. Poor Kajil. He never got justice. He never got justice. Unstoppable Josh says Paula has some serious suffering before she dead. Boy, you know a funny thing about life, you know. Unstoppable Josh, funny thing about life. I've been on earth long enough to watch them people that actually live a happy life, you know. Have all the material possessions they wanted, bank account full of money, them family good, and them dead happy. Them dead with them teeth kin so. And I don't know. So she have some serious suffering for do before she dead. Me don't know. Me say wicked people dead happy. Which sometimes kind of tempt you to want to be wicked, because you know you talk about you hold out and you be righteous and you suffer like one of them dogs over Portmore were homeless. So me don't know. But
The other story on the board this morning. Yesterday, them find 2 men in our building. Now, the way how the Gleaner reported this yesterday was one thing. It's funny to see the gang mentality online with our people. Like once somebody says something, everybody else will back it up, That's why I don't harbor certain things on my channel. Like when people talk foolishness. SouFlo, why are you erasing people's comments? Because it was downright, outright disrespectful. Once somebody says, SouFlo, dirty body boy, SouFlo, go suck out your mother, you see it get a thumbs up. Then you see somebody else under it laughing emoji till it's crying. Then you see somebody else say, oh, this is trending. Me want upon this stuff. Them go lick the thumbs up more now. Then them say something else to add to that now. Yeah, man, a long time I see him that way, the man. Then the next one, and before you know, they multiply and multiply and multiply till them all take over your channel comment section. There was one time my channel had so many bad comments in the comment section when I was doing dancehall music reviews and stuff, right? I had so many bad comments in the comment section that good people would actually hit me offline and be like, SouFlo, I really like how you bring across your topics and stuff. However, your comment section is like a bully scene, because as I leave a comment, so all of them fly down upon me and it's up on my mother this and on my mother that. So I decided back then I was going to clean up my comment section so that people who wanted to comment without being disrespectful were able to do so. And here we are today. If I find any disrespectful comment where it's derogatory, up under people, mother and all that, I erase those comments. So don't even waste your time leaving them. Me respect your mother, although me no know her. Right? Even if you don't respect her, I do. So me not indulging at them something there. This particular story now, the Gleaner says, watch this. The Gleaner says that the bodies of 2 men were found with gunshot wounds at a dilapidated house on Maxfield Avenue in St. Andrew on Monday morning. Today or Tuesday. That was yesterday morning. Residents reported hearing gunfire in the area. The men were discovered in an upstairs room of the 2-story building. I got a picture of the building as the icon of this video and a picture of one of the men. Them deal with them wicked up there, messy. Whole heap of shot them give them. This is what an investigator said when describing the scene upstairs. Them deal with them wicked up there, messy. Whole heap of shot them give them. I tried to find more to the story. This is I think this is one of the shortest story the Gleaner ever published, because this is all it says. Now I tried to find more to the story. I understand that this is a developing story. I try to find more. Maybe they came and updated us. What might have caused this. They were seen in the area earlier, or these are people that live in this area. The community knows them. We don't know nothing. They haven't given us anything so far. However, they did post a picture of the individual, right? So the picture of the man has everybody talking, this one man. And it says that here's a photo of one of the deceased. His name is Kevin Reed. See, this is also the picture of the icon of this video. But when you watch a video now, you can't see the icon. So I'll show you the picture again before we go into the conversation, right? Them say that are the man. Right, so obviously him don't look like a man, right? All right. Him don't look like a man, or him look like a man that identifies as a woman, one of them type of life there. Okay. So the comment section goes wild, which is why I wanted to talk about this, because we want to ask a question first, like, is there a hostile environment? I remember, and I'm going to say this again, I've told you the story before, so bear with me if you hear it before. I remember Dr. Berry visiting the United States of America, and there was some red carpet event going on, some big play
premiere something, movie, something. And one of the stars of it, Dr. Barry, go over there with his, the camera, and you want to do your vlog thing, and you're like, so something, like y'all gonna say to them then. And this is not what he said. This is what I'm saying just to give the story to you. He said something about, so tell me, what was your role in this movie like? What was it like playing this part? And the man turned around to him and said, something about, where are you from? He said, Jamaica. And he goes, oh dear, so you guys are still killing gay people in Jamaica? I remember Barry said, so is the environment in Jamaica still violent towards homosexuals that choose to come out? Do they have to run and hide and live their lives in the closet, so to speak? Because here's the thing. Them did kind of ease up and stop give sanctuary to people who used to claim. Because a lot of people have left Jamaica, and went overseas and got their papers, their legal documents to remain in the UK, in Canada, in the US, based on the fact that I'm gay. And I laugh when I say that, because the way I say I'm gay, somebody will take my video and splice out that one part and then have me on repeat saying I'm gay. I'm gay. There you have it, folks. SouFLoTV just came out the closet. He said it. See that? In his own word. I'm gay. And next thing you know, a million people out there say, yeah, man, we see you when you come up on the video and said, them not bother to find out which part it come from or nothing. It's a funny friggin' world we live in. And people do weird shit. You understand? So you have to be careful of everything. So for them who say, oh, it take too long to get to your point, I have to. Yeah, set up yourself, bro. Yo, me not set up no self enough. But anyhow, is it a hostile environment in Jamaica for them? and they had stopped giving out papers. They actually had stopped giving out papers, and they had come to the conclusion that it was no longer so. You couldn't just come now and be like, oh, they're going to kill me because I can't come out of the closet because I'm gay. And they're like, okay, all gays from Jamaica, come on over to Canada, come on over to the UK, and come on over to the US. They stopped doing that. But those people from that community kept saying, it's not safe. It's not safe for we. So now I'm asking, is it still not safe for them? Because in the story writer, so the comment section kind of harsh. And here's the thing, we don't know the whole story. One of the story that we got was, and again, this is not confirmed, and this is street talking. You see how me clarify my thing? One of the story we got is that the individuals can actually pass as women, and they lured some individuals to that place to perform acts in exchange for cash. Those individuals got to realize that I saw man them here, and then full them up a shot. And that's how that went down. There's actually, I saw one person saying, yeah, y'all got to be more careful. You out here trying to trick straight men. And if you understand, so not everybody are going to respond to that in the same manner. I would think not even if it could be worse. The worst part is when you're done the act and then find out so you just did the act with a man. That's the worst part. See, if nothing never happened now, you just find out so you can't take for yourself, right? We've seen situations where that happened before and people got killed before. But if you're not a person where out to kill somebody, you take for yourself quickly. Because you're freaky, but you don't want to kill nobody. Right? So you take for yourself quickly, or you want some strange something. But when you find out that strange, it's like, that not strange, that familiar. That I see something where me have, me gone, me not in that. But can you imagine actually completing the act? and then find out there's a man. That's one of the stories out there. Anyhow, the comment section, unruly gang forever. Unruly gang forever, they're everywhere. Unruly gang forever says no remorse. They didn't give us a full story. Let me just give it a little bit of 2 men found in Maxfield Avenue, St. Andrew on Monday morning. Residents reported hearing gunfire, and the police gotta go discover 2 bodies upstairs. And the investigating officer describing the scene upstairs says them deal with them wicked, up them messy, holy pa shot them give them. And that's it. Them never tell me nothing else. So we cannot say they killed them because they were gay, or they killed them because they were transsexual, or they killed them because they were men dressed as women. We can't say that because we don't know why them killed them. But tell us something there at Jamaica already, and I was shocked. I really was. I'm from mid-old school type, raised by old school people from mid-old school era. So I'm from the era where certain things did have to stay dark, in the dark, right? There was no out for it. So that one particular time when I dropped in Jamaica, Dessa, I actually see about 50 times now. I'm telling you that story there, you know. I tell my cousin about back up, man, go back around this, whole heap of girl down there. And my cousin was like, I'll be a man down there, so cause I said, no, man, I see it, a girl. And I said, all right, I'll show you, I'll be a man down there. And he went back down there to see how out and open they were, dressed just like this, like men dressed as women. And it wasn't one, and it wasn't two. It was like a congregation. And nobody wasn't saying anything to them. Me never hear nobody down there say, yo, move from around there, so, hey, I want to buy them. No excitement. And them alone down there, they make noise amongst themselves. One time me get close enough, and my sister's man dressed like woman, and I tell my cousin, say, yo, drive off, fast. And he drive off. But just to show you that even I was under the impression that, yo, Jamaica has really changed. You know, because one time gone, where? How? The people them not even did care where you want to say. Y'all get drag and chop up. Now they're out in the open. You know, so I thought that was the climate now. I don't know. Maybe this conversation is going to increase somebody's chances of getting a visa or getting their stay somewhere. Need to hear more to this story. I'm going to stick to the story because I want to actually find out if that's what it is. Did some man gunpoint them and march them up in the building? Come go up in there, Sabata boy. Yo, tell us when I want them something around here. Lay down over there, some man. Yeah, bow, and full them up a gunshot like that just because they are who they are. I don't think so, though. I don't think so, though. If you're from that area, you would know the climate. You're not going to march, go up in a no building up there, so. Being that way, knowing some man will lick off your head up there, so. So this has something more to it where I can guess from now till tomorrow what and throw out many scenarios, but I'm still not too sure. No, down in them area, you don't stand a chance with those kind of lifestyle. That's how we used to think. Certain area, you go after. Like, let me tell you. All right, so for instance, you see certain rural areas. Me have my heart beating in Jamaica, so I can tell you something. Certain rural areas where there is no police station. Like, you see which part my people them come from, up a Clarendon there, in a few part of Clarendon there. You don't stand a chance. And don't hold it against me, because it ain't me. If it was up to me, I just pass and cut me eye and go about my business if that's not what I'm into, whether it's that or anything else. But in a them place there, you not stand a chance or and I can tell you that if you're going there, you're not coming out. It's straight up. If you go in there like this, you won't make it out. Period. It's not a guessing thing. It's a fact. You're not making it out of there. But I've been to other parts of Jamaica where me say it's very flexible. Let's put it that way. I've been to other parts of Jamaica where they're very flexible, and people are able to live like this out in the open. And nobody them. Especially Jamaican women, them take them turn bestie and all these things. Yeah, and them cuss you to and tell you, leave my brethren alone. What I'm to you? You're not bother nobody. Defend them on these things. And we've had this conversation before, right? And I said this before too. If anybody that's going to be endeared to like these people that have this type of a lifestyle, I'm not here to argue if somebody choose to be that way or if them born this way or whatever. That's not my topic of my conversation this morning. But I have said, though, that if anybody is going to tolerate and even befriend anybody who is of that community, then usually it would be a woman first. Why? Because they're moms. They're mothers, right? And it's very hard for a mother to turn her back on her child. Yeah, she grind and get that. She bear and carry him. She birth him and raise him. Even though him turn out instead of it's still hers. So she's not going to just turn her back like that. So most of the times you'll find that women, are endeared to them like that. There's an undercover culture, though, in Jamaica that enough people don't want to face and don't want to talk about. And again, I'll never forget watching that documentary where the brethren said, in community, him known as a bad man. Yeah, everybody around us knows I'm a gunman, man. I'm a bad man. That's by day. By night, he was actually one that dressed up. Because I said the badness thing now appear, he never put money in his pocket like this. So he would have dressed up and go up on a tourist scene and actually turn tricks, collect him money, go back to him community and take off all that stuff and be himself again, bad man self again. So there's this undercover culture. I'm thinking, did they know somebody's secret? Then somebody feel them that go bust out them secret. Somebody use them and then say, after them use them, boy, I mean, why you come call my name and tell people and bring them shame for me. So, some people are involved in this stuff and just don't want to be found out. And they will go through lengths to not be found out. We don't know why them do them that like that up there. Police had to escort out one out of Maypen town one day. The citizens wanted to mob him. All right. Maypen at which part? Clarendon, don't it? Okay. So let me tell you, say, them not play around a family place. You're not making it out. If police station is not close by, you're not make it out. That could also be like a heads up for anybody who feels free and feel like they can go anywhere and are under the impression that Jamaica has changed so much. I can go put on my this and my that and just go out and be. Don't go to Clarendon. I'm just telling you. Don't go to Clarendon. Especially in the rural parts of Clarendon, you're not going to make it out. Somebody said, go to New Kingston or back road with that. Yeah. Because that flies there. And it fly other places too. Anywhere there's tourist life. Anywhere there's tourist life on the island, it flies. People are really business. I seen the Jamaican people walking right past and don't care, don't business, nobody but an eye. They're not concerned. So that's why I was of the impression that, man, things and times have changed. People have more pressing issues for worry about than if a man want to live so a film business that you just know so that's not your thing, but nothing in them rural area there. A boy you want to come here, come boil up and pick them boy, make you feel like, watch out. You have to take care of yourself, brother. I used to live at Maxfield Avenue and Tawari Crescent, close to Majestic Theatre. Them not play down there, so. Well, see it there? Might have found themselves in one of those places. I know that these places exist on the island. And I speak personally of the one that I come from. Yeah? I'm not ramp around this up. Yes, Seymour, for sure, Maxfield is not placed for that. See, everybody have vouched that Maxfield is not placed for that, right? But them get fined in a Maxfield. And nobody see them get marched in there. Them just hear gunshot. And with the few words that the investigator described the scene, you know, say it's not pretty. The man said them get a whole heap of shot, them get it messy up there. Unruly forever says no remorse. Means he has no remorse for the people that were dead. Booked by Yannick says one thing with Gleaner though, it's gonna start some shit. Now, this article, remember me telling like how people get in your comment section and then them start gang up and click up. Them basically start cuss the Gleaner over this. Because Gleaner gonna start some shit. Now me I wonder why them I say Gleaner is gonna start some shit. Let me circle back. The comment section not active yet. Now I see why it was messy. Another person says, I'm so tired of the killing now. So tired. There needs to put a stop to these gunmen in Jamaica. Lord, we are begging for your divine intervention. Me soon circle back. They posted that pic to be messy. See, what most people were concerned about was the fact that the Gleaner posted this picture. And they're saying that the Gleaner posted this picture to be messy. Now, I want somebody explain to me, because I was going to ask my audience. Somebody else says this is gaslighting at its finest. So I have to go look up what gaslighting mean. But I want somebody explain to me, how is the Gleaner at fault for posting a picture of an individual that was found up there? Here's the identity of one of the men. How is that messy? Them post picture of people all the time in other situations. So how is this messy? Somebody said them should have find a better picture for post. But what if that's all the pictures that them have? What if all of them picture look so because this is who they identify to be? So I saw them step out all the time. Saw them live them life fully. See? What if that is the case? Where was the Gleaner supposed to find better picture? So I want to know how the Gleaner messy in this. Stash says a gay man once told me that he's into the same kind of men that I'm into. Open my eyes. The download thing is very real. Yeah. That part. That part. Me no business. What kind of life man want to live? I said this multiple times. Them not use my body part to do nothing. None of my body parts not in there. Them never come and say, SouFlo, lend me your make me go deal with so don't answer yet. Me and them not in the same thing and we don't go after the same thing. So why would it be a concern to me? You know? You know, me wake up every day focus on how to pay them rotted bills here and still have money left over. How to take care of my six picking them. How to leave behind a legacy that my children can be proud of, or after them bury me, them can have something so them not have to go beg somebody. So people not laugh after them and treat them bad. Them kind of something that me concerned about. Listen, some people overly concerned about a man. And how am I dressed so? Oh, I'm on the fish, you know, dog. How him look so? How that him do it? Why am I move like him? How him walk so? What are we going put on? Oh, me not have them time if you study no man like that intently or that intensely. You know, I got Jane Ander, I got focus on other things. But it's a big deal to some people. Now I want to tell you something. Some people don't want it in them area. because some people are convinced that once this coming in them area, then there goes their children, right? And they abhor or hate this type of a lifestyle so much that they see it as the worst of the worst. And if it come around my children, then my children might get influenced. Then me I go lose my mind. So me I chop with the influence before the influence reach, kind of thing. But here what? You see, in today's world you're living in, you have to go turn off TV, you have to go turn off radio, you have to go turn off fashion, you have to go blind your picnic them, two eye them, you have to go. There's a whole lot that you're gonna have to do if you're worried about them influencing the picnic them. There's a whole lot you're gonna have to do. Here's my word of advice to you. Raise your picnic them properly. Spend some time with them. Actually be active in their life. The rest, you left it up to God and left it up to them. Because only so much you can do. But make sure you do your part. Right? So you are the influence. That's it. That's it. But other than that, me don't know. And that's just my theory that I apply to my life. If you want to follow, you follow. We'll wait to find out more about that story. Because something with this story. Nobody is reported seeing them going into the building, marching down the block, walking up and down the street, known in the area or nothing. If somebody come out and say, SouFLo, them stay around here, so everybody around here know them good, and blah, blah, blah. We'll see where this goes. If somebody say a two strange man, them come from Mobile, we don't know how them end up around here, so we'll have a different idea of what took place. King Big say people I live them life and bother me, I care zip. Bust a buckle, my friend. Bust a buckle, play some music, roll up a me not in a people life like that. Them I live them life, them not pay me no mind. Then me must come out of myself now if I go pay them mind. That seem kind of strange to me. That seemed kind of strange to me. And I'm going to say it again, I always look at people kind of weird when you're overly obsessed with people who you claim you hate so much and all that. If me hate it, me not pay it no mind. If I don't like it or I don't gravitate towards it, I simply pay it no mind. You know, like some people who get on social media, like I'm go on YouTube, right? And them look for every channel or Instagram, them look for everybody who is saying something that they don't like. Just so them can cuss them. Just so them can leave a bad comment. Well, I know me that. If the content does not resonate with my spirit, me just skip it. Right? If the content is something that I can learn or teach from, I might leave a constructive comment or something. But me not out there in a people stuff like and me hate it so much. Come on, man, life too precious and time is short and me not control time. So me not waste minds. You know? No better way to say it, King Biggs. People are live them life and them not bother me. I care zero. Stash says, come on, run. Hey, I don't care if that's your lifestyle, but let me know. Yeah, in that particular case, let me know. But through me not out the road, I pick up strange meat. Nobody know if you go tell me, but let me know. So me not have to worry about that either. You know, I don't live that life. I know is nobody jumping in my car and we're going to any dark places and abandoned buildings or me have to feel around to see if you're still you're in here, you're still there. Yeah. All right, me feel it, yeah. So Ben I want this. No, me not have to do that. Cause me not live them life the either. See? That's why Bro Shaka said that's why I have to feel out things first before parking my car in the garage. Why? Enough of them park them car in the garage and then find out later. I want to kill somebody after. Some of them just know already, but need an excuse to indulge. You know. You didn't know already. I need one excuse for indulge. So now you have excuse. Well, it did kind of look like I'm a girl still. No, man, you didn't know. Yeah, say for me, Adam's apple big. See that? For him did bigger. You didn't know. You knew all along. Me not feel nothing. You can't see the linebacker the linebacker belong and upper from afar. So just tell me not feel nothing. Oi. Yeah, me no man. At the end of the day, right? 2 lives were lost and they were done pretty frigged up. That's the moral of the story. 2 lives were lost and they were done pretty frigged up. And no matter what, a somebody picnic that got done like that. So whatever them do for bring it upon themselves or whatever they did to try to avoid it, but it still happened to them, we have to go hear more about the story. But I'm never rejoicing or happy or, when somebody gets done like that. If it's one of them cases where you felt like you could trick somebody and get a couple of dollars real quick and turn a trick real quick, and it ended up being that it was a straight person that you were playing that on and the person find out at the wrong time, you did hope them did find out later or them find out and didn't care. Me hear them people that talk already, Them said stuff like, yeah, he acted like he cared in the beginning. He was in the middle of it when he found out. He didn't stop. He kept going. And he was calling me back after. And them pride themselves upon that too. I turned a straight one gate. People live these lives. They do these things. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. I can't tell a man to don't go out there and go look street meat. There's some excitement to it. Something fresh, something new. Oh, bro, shaka. Something fresh, something new. I don't know. Some people are addicted to that lifestyle. But boy, them I beat the Gleaner, people. Go over to the Gleaner and read through the comment section. There's actually 1,400 and sitting comments over here. And almost the whole of them I beat the Gleaner. Some people are jumping to conclusion that this was a hate crime and it needs to stop. You don't know that. They never gave us enough information for us to ascertain, for us to decide that this was a hate crime. We don't know that. You have some of them people here who have them gun pan them and all, bad man them too, Yeah. And some of them link up with some gunman too, like them man a gunman, So them not afraid to go certain area and these kind of things. Understand? So we don't know what this is. Could have been drug deal gone wrong. Could have been scamming. Could have been gun deal gone wrong. Could have been anything. But they will be quick to use this, though, to paint that narrative, to keep that narrative going about Jamaica. This is why I started this conversation off like this, talking about other countries as far as them getting asylum, seeking asylum, and getting papers to stay in other countries based on their sexuality. That's why I'm going to start off the conversation like that, because of the climate of this comment section under a very popular paper, which is the Gleaner. It's scary how careful you have to be these days. One time you can go party and feel confident. Anyone dressed as a female is a female. Yeah, my friend, one time, me actually tell my wife, say, you don't have to worry about, like, if me I watch TV, I me see big body and stiff titty and them something there, me just treat it like it's a part of the show, and me I watch the show. And so, me not that day I look on it like, damn, she's sexy. And then next thing you turn around and, hey, what's up? So not even TV. I don't look at like that anymore. You're absolutely right. I mean, times have changed. Times have changed. More people are more free to do what they want to do with themselves nowadays. So them come out in a public any kind of which way they want to. And you, as a person who say you're not into certain things, you have to be careful. Because if you wilding out here, true story before I go. I know a brother. You see the same popping pills, something there, Molly and all that. That was the kind of brother. And he used to drink a lot too. He had an alcohol problem. Well, this brother, There's in this part of Florida here, there is one of those. All right, a transsexual. Let's call it what it is. A transsexual. Let's call the person what they are. A transsexual. And this brother, to us, he would never be that type of person. However, him and him group of guys that him used to chill with, them break up. Like everybody move, who move gone back to New York and who gone there so got start them different life, married or move. So him kind of left by himself, but him continuing party lifestyle now. Long story short, him go party one night and end up with, and I have to be careful how I tell the story because them people are still around me. Him end up with the known transsexual from the area. And everybody come back and talk about it like, yo, last night I was right outside the club, son. Like, oh, blah, blah, blah was, he was drunk, he was high, he was whatever, and something that he named Kiara. And I asked him if he knew, and he was like, knew what? And he drove off. And he was driving off to certain things to catch you. If you're careful, because you care that much about where you stick your pickle, then you should be okay. Some people though, them know and not care. Whether it's a one-time try or is that something when me do all the time, or I'm too drunk tonight to care, or too high tonight to care. Whatever tickles your boat, man. Whatever rock your fancy, I hear a thing that. But times have changed. And everything is more out now than ever before. Let's end this on a conscious note, though. At the end of the day, those are two human beings. And whatever the situation is that's surrounding that, we don't know. We just know, say, two man got done really badly. Like the investigator said, it messy up there. And that's never something to rejoice about. Right? Leave your comments in the comment section. Continue the discussion and conversation. I think this is going to open up the floodgates now for more people to get some asylum overseas. They can pull up videos like these or pull up articles from Gleaner and other like these and say, yeah, this is how they do us when we do come out, and of course, overseas, I gotta say, come on in. God, that's terrible. You can live free here, be out in the open, be yourself, and they're gonna give them their papers. One way or another, I don't care. Right? If it's better for them, then all the best to them with it. Everybody out there look better for their life, so who am I to say? With that said, manners and respect to everybody tuning in. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. It's the end of the show. I gave you a couple of extra minutes as well because we did start late. So I'm going to give you back your 10 minutes plus 10 minutes, 12 minutes more. All right? Bless up. Have a wonderful day. Stay real. Stay conscious. Stay dangerous. Stay ready so you don't forget ready. All them something there. See you tomorrow morning right here on SouFLoTV. All right? I'm out. Peace.